Another element which is mentioned in the Bible is, of course, carbon. Up here, the most common form of carbon is graphite, and you can actually find forms of graphite naturally occurring. You rub your fingers with it and you get a black material off, and in fact graphite is the lead in pencils. The lead in pencils actually is graphite ground up with clay so they can be scraped off in a form on the paper to make a mark. And graphite comes in shiny forms like here and non-shiny forms as here. And indeed, if you rub your finger on this, you will get a lot of black material. To the ancients, graphite was confused with molybdenite, which is molybdenum sulfide, and also was confused with lead. Finally, the chemists figured this all out about 200, 300 years ago. There are allotropic forms of carbon as well. One allotropic form of carbon is diamond. This likewise is formed in volcanic-like conditions. This is a very beautiful crystal of diamond. It's not gem quality. It costs only $30, but it is interesting to the chemist because it is in crystalline form. What a big rock to put on a ring, huh? But it is hazy and, of course, is not gem quality. There's actually a third allotropic form of carbon discovered only about 20 years ago, and this is fullerene. Fullerene is buckyball and actually looks like a soot. In fact, the way they make this is to make soot and then dissolve with carbon tetrachloride, which pulls out the fullerene, which is stable in carbon tetrachloride, and other forms of carbon are not. Soot is, of course, mostly graphite, but there's fullerene mixed in with it. This is the third allotropic form of carbon. Carbon is known to the ancients in another form. This is amber. Amber is a hydrocarbon, and it is fossilized resin from pine trees. And you can see a little insect in there, perhaps, if you look very closely. And mosquitoes and beetles and cockroaches and other animals were discovered in here. And as a matter of fact, an entirely new order of insects has just been discovered in amber called the gladiator bug, which has also been found in live collections as well, but it was first discovered in amber. Isn't that fascinating? Those are the two non-metals known to the ancients mentioned in the Bible. Now we can turn to some of the metals.